26 months. Let's go. Also 69 watch streak. Nice.
Good afternoon, chat. Welcome. How are we today? Good afternoon. Let me just test. Testing 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. How do I sound? Element of P. It's 1 2 3. How do I sound? Element of P. Do we sound okay? Welcome, chat. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? Everyone okay? Welcome. Just rebooted ESD U8B1 ESD booster and it flew back on the carpet. No! Lord glove above on a dove. Slight echo. Oh no, it's only because I was playing something on the Twitch stream. So it should be all good now. Welcome, guys. I'm not feeling fantastic. I'm feeling a lot better now than what I was. I didn't stream yesterday. I had like a real bad head cold. So I just took the day to do a few admin-y bits and then I've done a little bit of gaming and I was just resting. So, yeah, man. Yesterday was it's just head cold. That's what it's been, you know? Like, you know when you got a headache and your sinuses all feel like congested and you don't have energy. It was one of them ones where I just had no energy, you know? But welcome, guys. Hey, Joe, after watching your video on the Afen soldering station, I bought one and well happy with it. Let's go, John. Happy diddly days. Welcome. Kevin, Miro, Bodge, Markin. Laptop, welcome. MK, hello, my friend. Alias, Farmer, welcome. Z Flag, hello. Getting sick of one of my eyes, getting inflamed. Ugh. So you're getting sick as well? Yeah, I think there's a lot going around at the moment. Bodge. Danies, Garbage, welcome. Miro, thank you very much for the tier 1 for 26 months, by the way. Thank you. Great Dane, hello. Good afternoon. Retro, Peripheros, welcome. Compy Fixer, hello. Axo, hello. Kingsmill with the 7. Thank you so much, mate, for the 7 stream streak. I'm doing a dough with the you know, that flower that we talked about. I keep wanting to call it like Dolce and Gabbana because that's almost like how it's spelt in a way. It's not at all, but yeah, I've got one on it's brewing. Retro, thank you very much, by the way, for the 24 months in a row, 25 totals. Crazy. Retro, thank you so much for the support for 2 years. I appreciate you. It's incredible. Thank you. Sorry to hear, guy. I hope you can get it sorted, mate. Just fixed the PS5 for the first time. To be fair, only had a fan issue. A fix is a fix, Alias. Good job. Shay, welcome. How are you? 1 day flu last week. It was rough. Yeah. In the process of having a 3D printer, any of you guys? I personally no. Thank you for the hype train, by the way. It's going okay. I think I done it today. I think what I'm going to do is leave it until. I just don't know whether to leave it until tonight to do the ball in, or whether to leave it until tomorrow morning, get up at like 7 and do the ball in. Because I'm pretty sure I'm aiming for around 12 till 2ish tomorrow to eat. Because it's going to be like a midday thing. But I don't know whether to leave it until tomorrow morning to give it like a longer fermentation, or ball it tonight before I go to bed. It's 1.3 grams of instant yeast, 1,300 grams of flour, so it's for 8 dough balls. Damo, welcome. How are you? Fixed my first iPad Pro, 10.5 inch. Nice. Ball it tonight. Give him time to relax overnight in this new shape. Yeah, I'm just worried that it's going to overproof. I'm worried that it's going to overproof. Thought you talked about APU. AP will probably be in a second. What is going on with this camera? If you ball it too late, I find you knock some of the air out and it'll be a bit tight in the morning. Yeah, if I do it like 7 though, if I do it at 7, that's about 6 hours of ball. You know what I mean? And it's on about the thing is, I don't know if it's even going to go out the bowl, to be fair. 1.3 grams of yeast. Yeah, I could do that. I think maybe ball tonight then, Kingswell. Hey, what do you think? Ball tonight, put it in the tray, and then if I wake up tomorrow morning, I highly doubt with 1.3 grams of yeast, I highly doubt that it's gonna overshot anything for tomorrow. I think, but until like for tonight, if that makes sense, like whilst I'm asleep. But I don't know. It's in like it's about 18 degree heat as well. The house is. Tokro, welcome. How are you? I think that'll work well. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. And then, thing is, the issue is that I don't want to. If I wake up tomorrow and I see that they're really big, and then I go to putting them in the fridge, I then need to make sure that I don't leave it too late in the fridge, because otherwise that's GG. Because it'll be too cold to work with. To like bring them up to a good temperature. So I just need to make sure that, yeah. I don't think there's necessarily a point in me doing them tonight and then put it in the fridge. I think that'll just ruin it. I could do that, to be fair. I could do that tonight. I could ball it and then leave it out for 7 hours. I'm talking about pizza dough, chat. Sorry. I'm talking about pizza dough. How come that little yeast for that much dough? It depends, Garbage, on how long your fermentation process is. It's because it's about a 24-hour fermentation process in total. I'm just kind of thinking, ball, like, how long do I leave it in one big ball compared to when I actually go ahead and start making it into the little dough balls, you know? I've definitely never 100% ever stuck cold dough in a microwave to warm it at short notice. Never. Really? And if you were to like say that you've never done that ever, has it worked if it was to be 100% of the time that you've never done it? So yeah, the longer fermentation process you do, the less yeast you need. So because I'm doing a 24-hour, that's why it's not a lot of yeast. But if I was doing the same day, that's when you're talking like 4, 5, 6, 7 grams of instant dry yeast. But actual yeast, like proper baker's yeast, that comes in like the cubes and stuff, you actually like, it's the ratio, I'm pretty sure it's like more than double in terms of how many grams you actually do. It's like fresh. That's okay, DJ, welcome, and have a nice time at your gig. Tristan, hello. Well, since I never do it, I couldn't possibly comment, but I can only imagine if I did do it, it worked in a pinch. Gotcha, okay, gotcha. Understood. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm just a little bit like, I don't know. I might have messed up already. And it's 8 dough balls at like 270, I think. Did I put 8 dough balls at 270? Is that what I did? Did I do 8 dough balls at 270? Yeah, 8 dough balls, 270. Trickstars, thank you very much for the Prime subscription for 10 months. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. This camera, mate, honestly, what's going on? Chat, what's going on today with this camera? Huh? Yeah, I've gone 8 dough balls, 270 grams, 63% water, 3% salt. I've put a room temperature leaving of 19 degrees, though. Sorry, 19 hours. That's just the leavening process. I've put for 19 hours. So that was with the 1.3 grams of yeast. So I wonder if I do just leave it in a ball for 19 hours, because that's what I've put on the app. I put room temperature leavening for 19 hours from the point of me doing it. And then I could just ball it tomorrow. Because I'm right in thinking, Kingsmill, right? And you can confirm this. If I wake up tomorrow and I ball them, I'll leave it for maybe 3 hours or so. For the last couple of hours, you can just put your heating on in a like a small room, right? And it'll really speed up the process. As long as you just control the temperature, right? So if I bung up the heating and put it to, like 23, 24 degrees and just put it in this room next to the rad, that'll make it a bit quicker. So I'll play it by ear tomorrow. There's an app called Pizza App. Yeah, it's really good. I'll show you. And I'll get straight into what I need to get into. Look. So here's what I use. And it gives you rough guides. This isn't something to obviously go by. Everyone's different and every area is different. And humidity and everything is different in so many different places. But this gives you like a rough estimate. So you do the amount of dough balls and you can put how much weight you want them to be, So I got 8 dough balls. And then 270 grams of ball weight, and then 63% water. So green is like 62, and the reason it goes to orange is because it's harder to handle. It's really, really hard to handle at 63 and above, or it gets a lot harder. At your 70, it's really tough. People can do it. Experienced people can do it. I've done a couple of 70s, but they've not been fantastic, but I can imagine them. And it just means that there's more water content in your dough ball, right? So it actually means from a digestion standpoint that it's better for you as well. And it's easier for your body to process if there's more water. So anyway, you got 63%. And I'm pretty sure like your typical New York style pizza and everything like that is around about the 50-55. Like it really depends on the type of pizza you're doing. But for Neapolitan pizza, if you go for the 62-63, it's a nice sweet spot. 3% salt. And this is what I've got. So I put it to 17 degrees Celsius because that's kind of what the room temperature is going to be, roughly. Maybe but this doesn't really massively change the yeast, really, just a little bit. And then you've got the leavening. Now, I actually had to Google this morning because previously I thought that room temperature leavening was everything, as in the first bulk fermentation and then the ball together. However, I think I'm now of the understanding that RT leavening is room temperature leavening for the first fermentation for the big bulk. So that 19 hours, and this is what I'm just looking at now, I think that's why I'm now going to leave it until tomorrow morning before I touch it. Because I'm pretty sure that this is pre-ball. And then you ball, and then you add a couple of hours on top. So yeah, this app's really, really good. And it just tells you, so like if you change stuff, so if I change the amount of dough balls that I want, you can see at the bottom, all of the other stuff changes. So it tells you all of the stuff that you need. Kingsville, have you used this? As long as it doesn't get above 30, you'll kill the yeast. But if your house is over 30 degrees, I'd hate to see your heat. Yeah, 30 degrees is crazy. I heard it was about 25 is when yeast started dies off. But I guess it's kind of around about that area, 25 to 30. But, I mean, being in like a 25 degree house even is uncomfortable. So I don't know why somebody would do that, I think, though, like in places like Italy, a lot of the room temperatures, obviously where the Neapolitan pizza originates from, that's their sort of temperature in their rooms without heating, because it's a hot country. So, and this is the whole thing, right? This is why when it comes to like the bulk fermentation process, they say that apparently it makes sense that you don't do the fridge and everything, and that's just obviously more advanced techniques. Because in Italy, when you had the original Neapolitan pizza, they just done bulk fermentation, and the fermentation process was just in a room. That's how they did it. And I think what they say is it was an overnight process, was like the more traditional way to do it. So they'd leave it out overnight. So it wouldn't be no fridges, no like controlled room temperature. It would just be, pizza shops it would simply be you do your bulk fermentation. You'd literally leave it overnight, and then you ball it in the morning. It'll be ready for the afternoon. I think that's how they kind of done it in Italy. I could be wrong, but yeah, electric heater in my old airing cupboard. I put my bread there to rise. Kingsville, so you do use the app? I have a Switch related question. One of my friends isn't reading SD card. Is it easy fix? I've seen you repair something like that before. It could be replacing the SD card reader. and that's quite simple. However, if it's something that where the connector itself, the FPC connector for the SD card reader isn't working, it might be because of bent pins or damaged pins. You need to replace that. It's a hard soldering job. But if it's the actual just SD card reader itself, you can just change that. And I'm using a pizza mat. Yeah, of course. Thank you, TTV Bailey Howcroft. I appreciate you. Thank you. CPR, welcome. So at higher temps, you'll start to get off flavors in the yeast, start to ferment dry, leaving products. But gotcha, yeah. I swear by it. I think I was the one who suggested it to you. Do you know what? You probably were. Yeah, you probably were, to be fair. Yeah. And that's what you use? I'll be honest with you. I've not had it where it's been like 100% spot on and I'm happy with everything. But again, I don't know if that's because of, it must be a me thing. But, or it might be because, the room temperature leavening. Kingsmill, am I right in thinking that is the first bulk fermentation process? So have I been getting that wrong? Because I was including that. I've been including that as the full process. Is the room temperature leavening the bulk fermentation? And the bulk fermentation only? Because that's where I've been going wrong if that's the case. I'm going to try and fit 8 dough balls in my my uni box as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Hey ho. Birch, welcome. How are you? Trickstars, thank you very much for the Prime for 10 months. I don't know if I said thank you because I might have been on a bit of a rant about pizza. Potentially. What was I going to say? So, I've got some... no, it's the total proofing time. When you say proofing, are we talking... Is proofing when you say bald as well? Or are you saying just the bulk fermentation? Because when I Googled it, right, it said that it is only the bulk fermentation. Leavening. RT leavening. Pizza app meaning. Oh, wait, there's a uni Reddit. I shouldn't get into this now. But there's an uni Reddit. And now I'm looking at it like, okay, there's a whole community for this then. All right. There's a whole community for this. Bulk proof for 10 hours, room temperature, separating dough balls, and proof for 10 hours at room temperature. So bulk proof for 10 hours, and then 10 hours. Yeah, I think you're right, Kingsmill. I think it's total then. So, for example, I said RT of 10 hours. Is this bulk ferment or bulk and shaping? And then somebody in the comments said, as far as I'm aware, it's total proofing time. Your example in the last sentence is correct, which is, for example, I do 2 hours bulk ferment and cut them up and let rise for final 8. Do you just half the time, Kingsmill? Like, how do you work out the time? Do you do like a half and half? I always have a CT proof too, so don't you write it 300. So I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, fine. Yeah, because there is a CT as well. So just to explain. So garbage, especially because I know he's a fan of the old pizza making as well. If you go into settings, you've got CT, which is cold fermentation as well. So if you do CT, it then includes CT. So you've got that's a good point, Captain. So do you do like, for example, if you was making 8 doughs at 270, you would go, right, I want to leave it out for 1 hour at 18, and then I'm gonna put it in the fridge for 48 hours at 4 degrees Celsius. So would you just leave as bulk, and then would you do like, even pretend that this 1 hour didn't exist, would you do like 24 hours bulk, 24 hours bald? Like, would you half that? My set process is normally 12 hours RT, then bald, then CT at 8 degrees for 48 hours. Wow. Do you know what? Maybe I'm getting the whole balling process wrong then. Because maybe then what I should be doing is I should be balling a lot quicker. Because maybe I'm just not doing that. Because, yeah. Maybe that's what I'm not doing very well. I'm just worried, Kingsmill, that if I ball them tonight, that they're going to be off by tomorrow morning. Chances of that happening, what do we think? I think I'm just going to have to mess around and find out. I think I just have to commit. Right? Welcome, Berry. How are you today? Just discovers Reddit. I can't believe you 12 hours room temperature, then ball, then cold temperature 8 degrees for 48 hours. Wow. Yeah, you said it was like a 3-day ferment, didn't you? Wow, that's incredible. But your pizzas must be insane, which I'm going to try soon. I'm going to try. The yeast in it will outcompete any bacteria that might be in the flour. What do you mean? Sorry. What did I say, Kingsmill? What did I say? Oh, no, I didn't mean off as in like gone off. I meant off as in over fermented. That's what I meant as off. Sorry. Yeah, I know how that sounded when I said it. That's my bad. Yeah, I feel like it would just be it'll be done, you know. But maybe I'm just being. It'll take a lot longer than that, wouldn't it? It'll take a lot longer than that to overproof. Oh, right? Yeah. Hello. Oh, yeah. Stefan coming in with a gifted tier 1 sub to Nemesis. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you gifting a tier 1 sub. 228 total gifted now. 718 total gifted. Total subscribers in the channel, guys. Thank you very much. Hey, Joe, I'm going to try and replace a resistor on an audio amplifier. Any tips I should know? Welcome, Joshy. I wouldn't say necessarily there's any... I mean, there's a bunch of tips that you can know, but are you using hot air or are you using tweet? Are you using soldering station? Okay, chat. So what we're looking at doing today, I'm also trying to wrap up for a vid, is I need to find a Nintendo switchboard that I can use as a donor to transplant an APU, which I'm not too sure if it's going to work because the APU might have the fault in the APU rather than the actual donor, than the actual board itself. So what I'm basically saying is that I need to find a board that I can transfer an APU to, because that's what we're probably going to look at doing today, if I'm able to. Happy days. I've just gained so much pizza knowledge in the last 5 minutes. There we go. Progress is being made on the garage as well, chat. I did have a quote. A really, really good friend of mine came to my house, and his dad is a builder, and he literally FaceTimed him, and his dad was like, yeah, I'll get something up and like ready tonight. And I've now got a plan with ChatGPT to know exactly what it is that I'm doing. And the first things first, I'm having someone to come and look at the I'm getting someone to come and look at the roof, because the damp that's on the wall, they were saying that because it also looks like there's a little bit of damp on the roof, they think that the damp on the wall has come through the roof itself. So I've actually got a roofer coming over to check and see if there's a leak in the roof and see what the status of the roof is actually like. And that'll be the first thing I do before I do anything else. So we are slowly moving. I am also going to try and do some vlogging and updates with the garage. Even if I get someone else to do the work, I will be recording in between them doing the work to give you updates. And I might put them out as main channel videos. Do you guys think that I should just do it as main channel videos? Yes or no? Do you guys think I should just do main channel videos for the garage? Yes or no? Do you think I should take everybody in on the journey? No, says ZZ. How come, ZZ? Let me know. Let me know why. Be interesting to know. Is it because you're only interested in the repair content? This is really good information to know, to be honest. But it was, to be honest, I mean, guys, don't worry about no algorithm. Don't worry about no algorithm, please. It'll be fine. Take the don't worry about the algorithm, okay? Take the algorithm out of the question. Is it content that you, as my audience, would like to see? ZZ, if I ask you that, if I ask you that question, If I ask you that question, what's your answer? If I say don't worry about the algorithm, what would you say? Because to be honest, there's more to YouTube than the algorithm. I will worry about stuff that I need to do for the algorithm myself, but I really appreciate the concern anyway. Of course we would watch it. Okay. Forgot welcome. Why is the first thing you say, will you wear a bunny suit? There is no bunny suit, chat. It doesn't exist. What are you talking about? Forgot. Do you know how long we've gone without talking about it? Do you know somebody came in the stream the other day and said, Joey, if you're doing the garage, you should call the garage the hut. The hutch. Hutch. Can you believe it? Project Garage. Talk of pizza makes me hungry. To Ryan coming in with a gifted sub to ZZYZ. Thank you. Yeah, we had an insane stream last time. Forgot came in with a 25, Techno with a 30 total, and Blue Falcon came in with a 70 gifted out of nowhere. Literally, first time he ever gifted in the channel, he come in with 70 gifted subscribers. Crazy. Crazy. I'm just getting some boards ready that I feel like would be okay to use. TBH. That was missing the Max IC. And a P13 USB. Right, let me just sort through these ones quick then. Someone baby in your room? No, that's my that's my son. That's my son is the alert. That's my son is the alert. So that's the Twitch one, and then I've also got on YouTube if anybody does a super chat or a gifted sub or subscribes or anything like that. Then you'll hear my daughter actually. Okay, so I'm just inspecting this one. We've got the Wi-Fi IC. LCD driver looks okay. There seems to be some like mysterious liquid all over it. Is that water damage? Okay. Let me put this one over to the side for the time being. I've got so many boards here that I've just taken from the donor pile to inspect and see if any of them are a good candidate for an APU transplant, okay? That's all good. That's okay up there. That's fine. That's fine. A couple components missing from down here. I'll check that cap in a second. BQ's attached and all good. This is like a pretty healthy one, to be fair. Max IC is attached down here. Let me check the back. Do we have anything missing? P13. Is there some sort of dry IPA or something around here? Thermal pasta. Oh, I took this chip off. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. That's all okay. Backlight IC. Okay, this one could be a strong contender. I do have the APU on. So what I'll do now then is I'll test this cap. If I have a short on this cap... I change the music over a little bit, hey? If I change a short... If I get a short on this cap, it means that the APU is faulty, which means I can use this as a donor. So please wish me luck. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Please be a short. No. Now I'm worried because I could technically, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, yeah, it looks like an okay switch to use. But at the same time, if that isn't the case, what's wrong with this board? Like, why have I been this board? Is it a blue screen of death? Yo!
By the way, Joey,
Yes,
this
sir?
Saturday you are up my way. We have a wedding. You could come and serve up some pizzas at a real wedding.
Oh man, I don't know if I could do that. Wait, is it like a local wedding then? I don't know if I could do that, but maybe I could come to the wedding and have a few pizzas. How's that? Is that rude? Is it rude to just invite myself like that? Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Kings, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just a bit nervous with this because why have I put this in the bin? You know what I mean? Why have I put this in the bin? Was this an inexperienced Joey? You know? 24 ohms, low impedance. $72 is a bit strange. Alright. Let me just... I'll keep that in the bear in mind pile. We've got this bad boy here. That looks like thermal paste rather than rust, I think. I mean, what has been done to this board? I have no idea. Missing the clasp up here. Again, LCD connector fine. BQ attached. Check the back. Oh, okay. Missing P13 USB. I hope this is going to be what I think it is then. Is this one going to be... Do we have the max down here? Is this one going to be a faulty APU? Let's see. Yes. Okay. That's a good one. Let me just check this one as well, because this one looks like a little bit of a cleaner board. We have a bit of damage here. I think that's just flux. Yeah, it's just flux. This is a bit of a cleaner board here, look. That cap looks like it's been moved. That's ground side anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Check the back. Still got P13. Brand new port. I say brand new port. We're missing stuff here, so I have to bear that in mind. P13 had a chunk taken out of it. Why does that solder look so long? Is it just like reflected perfectly? Don't know. Okay. Let me check here. Was this a faulty cap? Bad APU? No. Okay. Joey's Goblin. Chat, who's Joey's Goblin? What? Who's made an account called Joey's Goblin on Twitch? Lord, a glove above on a dove. What? Dark Fangle, welcome. Bunny suit. No, bunny suit. Is the garage is too cold than a bunny suit? No. 2 miles away from where you're going. Gotcha. Okay, of course you could come. I'll put you in one of the t-shirts, then we'll just think of the stuff. That's a very good point. Yeah, yeah. Until they're like, right, serve me up a peach. I'll serve them up a peach. It's absolute trash. You let me know what app you were using earlier, please. I'm an uni and desperate to get better at making dough. Mark, it's called Pizza App. Would you consider making a Franken concert out of parts? Yeah, I mean, I would. But your username's changed, Beth. Yeah, I would. I would, but at the same time, a lot of it can be confusing because you need the APUs and stuff, you know. So to build a Frankenstein console can be quite complicated. Let me check this one. To be fair, I think this one would be a winner if the APU cap's faulty. Because I've got everything on here. I don't even think the port's been touched. Yeah, look, got everything. Let me just double check. Max, yeah. Yeah, I would use this. If this has got a faulty, because the board's not bent. If this has got a faulty cap, I'm going with this one. Let's see. If it doesn't have a faulty cap, I'm kind of thinking, why on earth have I not fixed them? I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean? That's just me. Like, why is there solder mask here? Maybe it was like a RAM issue or something. Maybe, because if there's solder mask here, what that usually means is that I've put solder mask here to put on the nearest, like, RAM or something. So I reckon I changed the RAM. RAM. Was it this one then, was it? Was this the one that had a bad cap? Yeah. So this is the one that had a bad cap and it just needs a little bit of a clean. Right. Feast your eyes on this area and let's see what we can do. Right, ready? Bit of IPA and a brush. Luke, you do not need the anti-piracy chip. There's a video saying that you do need it, but I tested without, and it worked fine. Can you make a pizza video? You sound like a chef. I did for my 100k subscribers on YouTube. I did actually make a pizza video. I tell a lie. It was a pizza live stream. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just clearing out all of the stuff, all of the thermal paste and everything like that. There we go. Right, so to confirm, the reason why I'm using this board is purely because of the fact we have a short on the dreaded quote-unquote APU cap, which is this bad boy right here, which usually means that we have a bad APU. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the APU from this board, and I'm going to transplant the other one onto here with the eMMC. Found it, thanks, lovely jubbly. I've had issues with game cart reads without it on V2 models. Oh, yeah, I tested it with, again, I tested it with games and stuff, and it seemed to be okay. Maybe I didn't have a game that was good enough for testing. I don't know, but it seemed to be okay with me. Well, it's probably best here, isn't it? Let's get this bad boy off. And also software update. Error online. Huh? Something to look out for then, I guess. Next time I do one. Maybe this one, because it wouldn't have been updated in such a long time. We can test that. I'll be honest, I can't remember if I'd done an update with it or not. I joined because of the Profit or Loss Season 2, but I didn't see it. Now I sub great vids. Thank you. Wait. So you're a legit person? You're not somebody who's taking a mic, Joey? It feels weird calling someone else that, I'll be honest. Basically, Tristan, yeah, I'm just having a bit of a sort out in the loft to see what it is that I can profit from, essentially. And I'll make little videos just to kind of wait until I know what I'm doing and stuff. With Profit or Loss, you know, what am I actually doing with the series? We calling it there? We going again? Who knows? Not me just yet. Zero, cool, welcome. How are you? Kevin, hello. Right now I'm just putting some heat into the board. Decided to start Profit or Loss from Season 1 again. Any updates on a new product? You started again, Damien? Any updates for Season 2? No, unfortunately not. Wait, there's flux under here. Oh, this could be interesting. There's flux under this one. That smells like Styria as well. It's Styria Flux. It really smells like Styria Flux. V3. Smells nice. That's how I know. Looks like I may have tried to do an APU transfer on this before. I can't wait for Season 3. I don't know if I'm doing a Season 3 yet. I have no idea. I'm still... I've kind of got a lot going on in terms of what I'm doing for JDT and stuff. And just, I honestly think, chat, I'll be honest with you, I think that's one of the reasons why I was a little bit ill yesterday. And today, I guess. Is because sometimes when I get a little bit stressed, I get ill. So I think because of the end of profit or loss and whatnot, my body was just, you know, I've had to spend a lot of time thinking about things, and I guess I'm worried and I'm nervous about, you know, what's going to happen. This being my job, I think that's pretty standard, right? I think that's pretty standard. But luckily, it keeps me on my toes. This is where you sink or you swim. And I've been in this position now a couple of times, so you have to try and swim. Try our best to swim. You know what I mean? Right, here we go. Let's add some leaded. I'm pretty sure this is already leaded, but I'm not going to take that risk. Just in case. So I'm just applying a leaded. Looks like it's changing the colour of the solder, so I don't actually think it was. Could be wrong though. Now I'll come in with wickety wick 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 wick. Okay, that should be that. Give it a nice clean. Looks like a nice clean pool to me. That's fine. Apologies if I am a little bit snotty and stuff, chat. If I come across that way today, I'm really, really sorry, okay? I'm just dislodging the flux with the heat, and I'll come in with microfiber with my toothbrush and try and get in all the nooks and crannies. We should be able to see, look how much cleaner that is now compared to what it was, hey? How's that? That's not bad, hey? Looks decent to me. No shown copper either. We took it nice and slow, as you saw. That looks nice. And then this area, for example, to show you, is one that's not being cleaned. So just look at this area right now. I'm going to come in with some hot air. Watch this. So I'll come in with the hot air. I don't, even for this part, I wouldn't necessarily say that I need hot air, but I'm just going to come in with hot air in case there is any residual flux just in and around that area. So, come with some hot air, not too much. Drown it with some IPA. Hello. And I'll give it a nice clean with the toothbrush. Clean toothbrush. That's one thing you got to mention as well, is that this isn't a fluxy toothbrush, other than what I'm using it for now. It's not a fluxy toothbrush. And then any components that were going to come off would come off if I give it a nice clean.
Hi, Joey.
Hello. I will say hello more so in a second. But look at that now. You see? Clasp still good. I would say that you do have to be careful with the clasp when it comes to the microfiber cloth method, because this could potentially get torn off, I think, very easily with the microfiber cloth. I guess maybe I just got lucky. But as you can see, this was a very, very fluxy area, and now it's pretty clean. I haven't done over here. You can see that I've got probably a little bit of flux down by the RAM ICs. And this area, again, for example, I won't even use hot air for this one, because that looks like just a little bit of thermal pasta has leaked over here. This is one of my donor boards that's been sat around for ages, so I'll give this a little clean. Microfiber cloth with the brush on top, just so we still try and get in some of those crannies if we can. And you should see the difference. See that? It's nice, eh? It's nice. And then this is the area, as you saw before, it wasn't looking great, and now it's looking all right. So that's okay now for a transfer for the APU. So now I just need to rebuild the actual APU itself. Just got to remember that's the one that I'm using and not get confuzzled, you know? And now I need to actually rebuild the APU. That would obviously help a tremendous amount, wouldn't it? So where is... Okay, APU and the EMMC is here. Chat, remind me, the EMMC that I'm going to use is next to me. Can you guys remind me that, just in case, because I'll probably mess up somehow. I just want to make sure that's nice and clamped in here properly. This is the APU we're going to be using. Oh, I tell you what I should do, actually, first, is check that the short on the cap has gone, right? So let me check that the CPU short has gone from this cap. So multimeter in continuity mode. And what I'm going to do is simply measure from ground to the positive side on this cap. Okay. We still have a short. Maybe that's got something to do with it, hey? Maybe that's got something to do with it. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. This is the fuel gauge IC. Now, It could have been a short. It could have been one of these joining together, which was causing our short on our CPU cap. Let's see. There we go. Was that causing our issue? Could you check this before placing an APU on? No. Okay. I might just inject on this and see what's getting up, because there's no APU now. Ah, it's got to be RAM. It has to be. Yo, PLD, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else we got in here? Yo, Ace is in here. Ace, welcome, buddy. How are you? EMMC you're going to use next week. Thank you, Peripheros. I appreciate that. The Ray Therauld, by the way, thank you very much for the tier 1 for 7 months. I appreciate you. And Mark Unso coming in with a prime for 2 months. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. 718 total Twitch subscribers now, guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to inject into the CPU cap, because this one here specifically, I thought, oh, remind me, it's right. This is the bad APU. Well, actually, you know what? Where's the eMMC? Did I take off the eMMC for this board? If so, where did I put it? Because that could pair nicely with the APU now. Because we know that this isn't the fault. Well,
Good
golly.
afternoon, Joey.
Yo! AAB coming in with 100 bits. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, always trim your wick. Always trim your wick. Make sure your wick's nice and trimmed. Hold up. So we got this APU with this eMMC. Cool. I'll put that there just to keep it up. And then I need to now... Where's my thermal camera? Let's take the thermal cam and blast it, because usually we put that down to APU, don't we? And that's not the case. So do we have a miracle here whereby we can actually see what the situation is with this Nintendo Switch? And I can just put an APU on. Thermal P2. Yeah, I'm just going to inject. What am I going to inject? I'll start with a volt. There's no APU on it now, so we should be Gucci. Let's start with a voltation to the nation. Not 19. Nope. Nope. No, thank you. Nope. 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 Oh, I've got a preset to 0.7, so it'll probably be wise, wouldn't it? Let's go 0.7 and just see what's happening. I'll tell you what's being drawn. Ready? I am drawing 20 milliamps. Lol. Right, let's go. Fine, I'll go 1, and then we'll go from there. Let's go 1 volt. 28 milliamps. I'm pretty sure it's a 1.8 volt rail. I'm pretty sure. So I'll put it up to a 1.8 volt. I don't think it's a 1.3. I'm pretty sure it's a 1.8. So I'm going to go 1.8. 46 milliamps. That's not going to be enough to show me anything. You are useless. You are useless to me. You are useless to me. RAM! You weren't useless. You weren't useless. Can you guys see that or not? Wow, the fault with this one was RAM. I don't believe it. Wow. Can you guys see? Oh, you can't. Wait there, wait there, wait there. Let me try and angle it from like here. You guys see that dot? You see that dot? Right there? That's the bottom RAM module. 46 milliamps. Wow. 46 milliamps. You were good to me. You were good to me. So let me test my theory then in that case. RAM, you're coming with me. Sir, you're coming with me, Mr. RAM. See if our short goes. Let's see how our short goes. Reese, welcome. Is getting serious pro? No, absolutely not. I'm so far away from pro, it's unbelievable. I'm very far away from pro, but it's very kind of you. How are you, PLD? Okay. Right, let's take this one off. I can still smell the steery. I can smell the V3 on this stuff. I can smell the V3. Now it's gonna be quite difficult to take off because this these sticks. I need to concentrate here. And this is why. Hold. Hold. There's caps on the inside, just over here. So if I was to, for example, if I was to try and, which is where you've got the most room, by the way, if I try and leverage this from this side, I'm going to have a hard time with the caps because I'm probably going to knock the ram into the caps. So that's why I've had to go from this angle. Let me just make sure I don't have any shorts here. Yeah, there is a couple. Not shorts, you guys know what I mean. I see a few soldables down on the right as well. I wonder if this is something that I've tried to replace before. I wonder if this is something that I've tried to replace before. Did I hit that cap? Yeah. Caps off placement a little bit. It's just going to annoy me. Let me put it back. Okay. Please hold. Do. Short stay strong or short be gone. True is a nice tip your favourite now. I'm still trying to get used to it, JFix, if I'm honest with you. I can't really give an honest opinion on it just yet because of how I've not used it that long. I've still got the scoop tip here. But I might order the scoop tip for the for this one, for the 210. I might do that. I'm not too sure yet. Is that sticky? It is. I might have left it a little bit too long, but I'll come in with some IPA. A little bit more. And we should be good. Yeah. Ram's looking great. This area anyway. Cool. Right. Short staying or short gone? Let's have a look. Multimeter continuity mode. Wow, look at that. Wow. 700. And climbing. 758. 800. I believe this should be 400. So we're going a bit too high. But that's because we don't have the RAM module actually installed. But the short that we had on this Nintendo Switch is quote-unquote resolved now. I'm still happy to go ahead and transplant the APU that we had from the other Nintendo Switch onto this one. But it does mean that I have to do a RAM stick as well. But again, I'm okay with that. I might quickly just get this ready now. And prep it. just while the board is still a little bit warm here. So again, trim your wick. Come in with the hot air. It's this RAM module, look. This RAM module's faulty. Gonna have to try and find the same RAM, I'm pretty sure now. Similar, at least. Just put some warm, some air back into the board, some heat. Put some heat back into the board. Not too much. Enough to make my life easier. A little bit of flux. Not too much. And then because I've actually already gone over this with leaded, I don't have to go over it again with leaded. So I can now come in with my wick, soldering iron, and just be careful of those caps. Cool. A little bit of scrapage, but it doesn't look like it's revealed it too much, so we're okay. I might put a little bit of conformal coating on there. Tiny bit. IPA in the brush. Yeah, that's okay. A few scratches from the knife, but nothing to be massively concerned about. I'll put a little bit of conformal coat. I don't think it's going to need it because I think it's very, very thin scrape. But I will put a tiny bit of conformal coating just here and here, and a little bit here. Everywhere else should be okay. All right, so let's do. I'll probably do APU first, to be fair. Why? Don't know. I don't know. Why not? I'm actually going to stick this EMMC on the board now as well, so I don't get confused. So let's drop the EMMC on there. And then we've got the actual APU itself that we know is okay. Have I still got my bigger one? No, I think I put it upstairs, didn't I? Right, again, we put some heat into this. I'm not gonna sink 450 into it, don't worry. I'm probably gonna come in with about 300 here. Because I also don't want to cook the chip. You know what I mean? Conformal coating and solder mask interchangeable in terms of different things. To be fair, I still don't know the difference between the two. I get told, I've been told on a lot of videos what's what, but so I just change it up. Sometimes I say conformal coating, sometimes I say solder mask. I think solder mask is more so what I put on and is like the liquidy stuff, and conformal coating is the coating on the PCB. But I have no idea. Yo, Thunder, welcome. How are you? Long time no see. I hope you're well. Morning, Joe from the USA. Hello, Arctic. How are you? Is making the vids stressful? Even though it's a hobby, it should not make you bubbly jubbly. I guess anything can make you stressed, right? Even though this is was technically like a hobby for me, it turned into more so a career. Therefore, can become stressful. You know. And that's why a lot of people actually say don't turn your hobby into a career, because it can take away your love and passion for it. Not the case with me. I still really, really enjoy it, but you know, can be the case with a lot of things like that. First off, leaded. I'll just clean my tip. And now with the wick. Cotton swab. I'm rotating the cotton swab here as I go. Just to make my life a little bit easier. And then once I get the majority of the flux off, I can be a little bit more hands-on with it. So I'll now come in with my brush. It's got a little bit of IPA on. Clean APU. Couple of little bits there, but I'm not going to worry too much, you know. Looks okay to me. Yo! Jeff, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. I appreciate you. Legendary move, mate. Thank you. And there's APU again. Tiny bits of solder. Probably like a little bit up here, which I could get rid of. A few little bits. Now, it's going to be a little bit rockier because I haven't got it in the holder, so I do need to bear that in mind as well. Cool. Cool. Okay. Sweet. Now, holder. Yeah, sorry if I sound a little bit blocked, guys. It's the reason why I didn't stream yesterday. It's like a 24-hour, like 24-hour head cold or something, and I'm seeing the back end of it now. But I'm still not 100. I'll probably say I'm like 80% at the moment. So if I'm a little bit more quiet than usual, a little bit less vibrant, let's say, that's probably the reason why. Just to let you know, as a bit of a heads up, I do apologise. But hopefully back to winning ways soon. Okay. Okay, man, no worries. Thanks, Damon. Working whilst it's on, but that baby noise, Twitch, Sting is so annoying. I'll go back to my after the event view. What are you saying? Sorry, Zero? Whilst working on, but that baby noise, Twitch, Sting is so annoying. That won't be changing, my friend. So, as much as I appreciate your feedback and your opinion, yeah, that won't be changing. I apologise. I apologise if it hinders your experience watching. Let's put this on. Right, I'm just cleaning the stencil. It's probably one of the most important things you can do as well when you're doing reballing stuff. Keep your stencils clean. What was working? What was wrong with the switch? You took the working APU off. To be honest, I'm not necessarily too sure that the APU was working, so this could be an absolute waste of time. But it's good to hone in on your skills when it comes to reballing and doing work like this. You know? You never know when you might need it. But I had 470 milliamp draw. Basically. So I'm not too sure. I put switch APU transplant on the notes. But I think that was less experienced Joey. So this could be an absolute and utter bread and butter waste of time. But we shall see. I've not done one of these in a very long time. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of flux in this one. I think I know how I'm about to do this, but I could be completely wrong. You need the stencil to be clean, because if the stencil's not clean, any sort of unevenness, because you're working with balls that are like 0.25 mil, 0.3 mil, it like the slightest bit of off can ruin your whole experience. So that's why you need to try and get as much solder paste off, or previous balls that might be on the stencils, get all of those off, because you want it to be ridiculously clean. Even like, so I've got some solder paste here, so that needs to come out. And then I'll wipe it from the other side. Because believe it or not, that extra solder paste, I shouldn't do, because to be fair, I should be going through and scraping this anyway, but that could make a difference, you know? Like this little bit here could just force the stencil up a little bit. And if it does that, it's not good. So that's why I'm just going through and making sure. All of this comes off, you know? Is that a hole or what? It doesn't look like a hole. Possible to do to that stencil? Yeah, could be done. Just enough patience, yeah. Take a while, but definitely could be done. Think I could do it with that stencil for sure. Easier than a PS5 APU. Done one of those. Cool. Into the holder. Now, I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know what to do. What do I do? Do I do paste or do I do balls here? I think, Joey, what did I do last time? I can't remember if I done paste or I done balls. I can't remember what I did. Diddy, welcome. How are you? Balls. Yeah, I'll probably do balls. It probably gives the most accurate representation, doesn't it? What balls did I use? That's the good thing about having a YouTube account. I can check the video. Let's go, baby. What did I call it? Did I call it my best repair yet? Is that what I called it? I can't remember what. This might be my best repair yet. Here we go. Solder here is the first question. I give it a little wipe with. Wait, did I use paste there? I used paste.
Why do people do this, you know? Can I go with paste and then take it out of stencil? Or
Oh, hold on.
multi-layer? Yeah, exactly. Be very, very patient. Just
No, I use paste.
stencil on. I don't. There's a lot of flux in this area. See this? Look. And if I go to move them, they're not moving. Okay, I feel like I was really patient there. It probably still needs a little bit of, when I take it out, I'll probably put some more flux on and give it a quick paste on this one. Looks. Balls look the same size down here. Oh, we got on. That's just like, I think 0.4. Can I be honest? I'm not happy with that. Now I've got a bent board, remember, which is probably why it's moving. I'm just not happy with those. And they were both 0. This ball is massive. Maybe a little bit before I pour IPA on. Right, that's enough. Good.
What size balls did I use?
Look at this. It's just that one. This is too small. Perfect unless you use balls. I could just need something that reball in the APU specific. I think everything else other than M92 in it.
So I use paste.
Right. I mean, I think because I don't want to go 0.4. If I go 0.4 and they're too big, it's not good. Whereas if they're 0.3 and I need to add a little bit, then I can always do.
Ha. All right. Right. What have I got? 0.5 too big. 0.55 too big. 0.3 too small. Let me go 0.4. I'm just going to use one of them and see how that fits. Let me use a 0.4 and see how it fits. To be fair, that seems alright. And then plus a solder. Plus when it actually melts. Liquefies. If I had 0.35, I feel like that would be the one. I've got 0.3. Let me see if I've got a 3.5. Because if I've got a 3.5, I feel like that is what I need. If I don't have 3.5, I'd rather go 4. 5, 3. I've got 4, 5. I've got 4, 5. I've got 5. 3, 4. I've got 2, 5. You're telling me I didn't get a 3, 5? Lord glove. 5, 7, 6. 5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I'll go 0.4. I'll go 0.4. See how I get on. Okay, I'll go 0.4. Because I'm doing it this way, what I'm going to have to do here... Why did I take that off? What I'm going to have to do is quickly lather up with a little bit. There's a ball there. Let me lather her up a little bit. Tiny bit. Okay. Which is all my. If you do exclamation mark microscope, you shall see, my friend. This is the Tom Love 3K. Right, let's go 0.4 then. Unfortunately, I do waste a lot of these balls. But I use them so rarely that it doesn't necessarily matter. I don't have one of the jigs that like puts it back, you know? These tweezers are too bent. These ones are also too bent. PLD, you still here? Oh, DD as well. I saw your message about the collab thing. I think that would be cool. Yeah. Just trying to find a time is all. But could definitely be something. You said about Nanofix doing it recently. Is that? I haven't seen Zach do a duo stream yet. Did he do it on his YouTube? Gear off. Why not use paste? You could. I just think for continuity, it's nice to use balls. And I used paste last time, so I'm just seeing how this fares by using balls. Because I think I even said in the video that it would have been nice to use balls. I'm worried about whatever that stuff is in there. It's that thermal paste. So I'm just going to use balls this time and see what the difference is. See if it's a big difference or, you know, a little one. The balling process takes obviously longer because of the fact you're having to go through individually. But the plus side is that hopefully less to sort out after. Whereas if I was to use paste, like what happened in my video where I used paste, what could happen is that you end up spending half an hour to an hour afterwards making sure that every single one is the right size. So the time that you end up putting in now, usually, I think from doing the South Bridges and the SSD controllers on PS5s, I found that doing it this way saves me more time in the long run than doing the paste, and is better for continuity. Hey Tristan, is that actually your birthday? Don't play me like that. Don't play me like that, sir. If it is, happy birthday, my guy. And what I will say is nice try. These tweezers need some IPA. Oh, moving. Last day of work. Oh, his audio. Oh, okay, I see. So what, he appeared on Gozzy's channel. Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry, I thought you meant somebody went on to Zach's channel. Gear off. Oh, I see. Typical. One goes in, one comes out. One goes in, two comes out. You see that? Trying to get into flow state. Flow state is when your tweezers pick up the balls without being spread apart, so you can be a little bit more accurate. But that requires literally just the right amount of flux at just the right amount of temperature, because if you don't get neither of those, then it either sticks too much to your tweezers or it sticks not enough. And that's what I like to call flow state. Like now, this is good. Needs a little bit more right on the edge. Right on the end. But this is okay. We're in reballing flow state right now. This is good. That's what we want. Just like, you know, when you're in the work zone and you're just going. There it is. When everything just works, you know what I mean? That's it. Come on. Yeah. Someone recently left a comment on one of my on one of my YouTube videos. It was like, "You're the I seen like to me you're the goat of console repairs on YouTube." And then somebody else underneath that said, "You're not the goat of console repair on YouTube, but just in general." I started writing a comment to that. Listen to this. True story. And I'll go and do it in a minute, actually. I started writing a reply to that. And as soon as and it was a long reply, and it had a bunch of channel links. And as soon as I went to post it, it said YouTube comments cannot be displayed. I was like, what? My own channel? What's going on here? Why can't I send this? Why can't I reply to this comment? My internet went down. It went down at the point that I was actually writing out the comment. The comment was saying, as much as I respect your opinion wholeheartedly, I completely and utterly disagree, because I've learned from the greats on YouTube, right? So people like Phil, the coder, he's one of the people that I've learned from a lot of my stuff and just adapted it to my own way. So like Phil's content, Tronics Fix, you know, it's all been the baseline for me. It's all been the baseline, and then what I've done is just adapted JDT stuff over the top of it. So what I did do is I put a comment and then I tagged some channels and said, these are the real goats of console repair, like, go check them out. Because if you think that I'm good, then I don't know what you think of these people, right? And I literally went to post it and my internet was off. So I had, like, in my area, there was internet issues for, I don't think it was last night, I think it was the night before. But yeah, I found that one particularly hard to swallow, because again, there's the amount of people that I've actually learnt from on YouTube, and when it comes to consoles specifically, I would say that Phil was my go-to for that content. I think I think I saw a notification that he went live the other day actually as well, which is nice to see, man. I miss Phil's live streams, you know. And I feel like that's where people would learn probably the most. Well, that's where I learned a lot of my stuff, was from Phil's live stream, and people asking questions and him answering those questions, you know. So yeah. I've always said it, I always will. Learning from people like Phil, aka the coder, by the way. If people haven't heard of Phil's channel or checked it out, the coder, with a 3 instead of an E. That was my go-to, and still is for console repair, you know. I learned a lot and still learn a lot from Phil. But there was obviously a bunch of other channels that I'd mentioned in there as well. But Phil probably, again, my main go-to for the console stuff for sure. I learned a lot from Phil. That should be good. All right. He was live, yeah. To be honest, I'm a little bit gutted I missed a stream. You were so quiet for 5 minutes, forgot I had to stream. I'm sorry. Will there be another profit or loss? I don't know. I hope so, yeah. I hope so, but we'll see. We shall see. Missing one on the bottom. 4 up in the middle. You are absolutely correct. Thank you. I'm now just using the light as reflection to see if there's any others missing, but I think we're good. All right, so this is where it could go. Absolutely wrong. I'm gonna go 300 degrees Celsius, 60% airflow, 50% airflow, 30% airflow, 30% airflow, 30% airflow, 300 degrees Celsius. Wish me luck, chat. This could all go wrong. But this is the part that we love to see. The fail. You ready? No nozzle. So the stencil's starting to come up right now. So I'm going to come in with my tweezers. Tweezers! Just give it a little bit of a hold down. Whoop! Ah, I hate it when it does that because it's magnetic. It literally sucks in the tweezers. Now we come in with the flux. Blast. 60. Airflow. I see balls merging. We have a little situation where I think there's two things that have gone wrong. One, too much flux. Two, the balls hadn't molten yet and stuck to the PCB of the chip. So essentially what's happening is that when this flux is bubbling, it's pushing the balls out. That's what's happening. That makes sense, chat? So I'm now in disaster recovery mode, whereby I have to keep an eye on all these. Especially that top right. I'm just going to make my life simple by doing that. I wonder if these two will play ball now, or whether they're still going to be a pain. Let's see. If they're still going to be a pain, I'll worry about it after. But I'm intrigued. No, I think they're going to be okay. Nice. We shall see. How's it? Hey, guys. Right, let's take this out. Make sure that these are no longer molten, which they're not, and they're stuck to the APU, which is good. Take out our stencil. Not technically. Whilst it's warm, we should be able to poke it out. Maybe not. Let me heat it up like a smidge. Enough that I can hold it in my hands. There we go. Can you see it? It's just a flux holding it in. Bit more. There she goes. There's a couple of areas whereby there's been something. And it stopped it from, I think it looks like thermal paste. And it stopped it from allowing solder to transfer over to the board. So we got one here, we got one here. That's fine. Let me just heat this up. I'm just going to go for a reflow now that I've got it out the actual stencil itself, okay? If Paul were here, he'd hate me doing this because I'm not doing it with, I'm not holding it with anything. And I'm going to give it a clean once I've done that. And now I'll let it cool for a sec. Give it a nice clean with some IPA and a toothbrush. And then replace those 2 missing balls that I think we have. I never want the chip holder too tight, which is why you can see it's actually quite loose now. I don't want any hairs on here that would also interfere. But you can see I've got here and here where there needs to be balls. So what I do is I simply grab 2 of those bad boys. One there. One there. I'll bring my temperature down, my speed down to around about, it'll be about 10% this time. I might even have to put it lower, we'll see. We'll see how it reacts. Might be okay. So I'm looking at here and down here. Still 300 degrees Celsius, by the way. Just waiting to see those balls sit on the pads. So it's gone dull grey now. And now I think I'm ready to add flux. And give it a little reflow. So what I'll do is I get a little gloop of flux just here and here. And I'll go for the reflow now. Just in that area. There we go. There we go. You see them both move into place. Then you might not have caught it. But they're both in place now. Now I can come off the heat. And I'll give this another clean. And that's ready to go onto our switchboard. Any reason for not using solder paste? Yeah, it's just because
I feel like with balls you can get a more accurate depth per ball, you know, like they're all going to be the same. If I was to go ahead and use paste, which I've done before, which there's nothing wrong with using paste. I feel like if you want to be quicker, you can actually use paste overall, but I also then spend a lot of time afterwards trying to make sure that everything's even. Whereas balls, once you line them all up, they're all the same size. So you know that you've done a solid job. I don't want to have to put an APU on and go, ooh, I wonder if that's right. I wonder if this is right. Because I've used paste instead of balls. You know what I mean? So that's why I like to use balls. That's mainly from experience on the South Bridges and SSD controllers, though. You could probably argue it's a little bit different on smaller diameters like this. But yeah. There's no right or wrong. There is only preference, because both do work. That's that. I also now need to get the same RAM module stick thing that I have here off of Adonna. And we're going to have to play the fun game of what stick can I use. So this is a what? I'm pretty sure the only thing that needs to be the same, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, is the top SEC 113. Am I right? Or is that the date? Or that might be the date, actually, you know. The one that I might need to have the same is the bottom one. I don't know. We now get to play a really fun game. Where's Gozzy or Ben? Where's the gurus? Where's Gozzy or Ben? I don't know if they're here. SEC 822, 822. I don't know how it works with that switch RAM. Can't remember. I can't even remember. First off, what's the board that I took it from? It's a HAD CPU 10. HAD. HAD. HAD, 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 HAD. 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 D. HAC. 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 HAD. Here we go. Is this the same? Now let's have a look. GHE 2009. What's this one? GHY. Yeah, I don't know. K4U6. K4U6. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's just that top one. K4U6E3. S. Yeah, maybe it's just that top one. 4AM, GCL. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can use this. I'm pretty sure. It's the K4U, I'm sure, which is meant to be the same. K4U, 6E3S. Yeah, that's got to be it, right, chat? That makes sense that they have to be the same. So I'll just use that. I'll use this one. Let me check. Let me check that I don't have a short here. Good, I don't. Okay. Let me take this one off. Congrats on 170. Thank you very much, kind sir. I appreciate you. If I'm not capped here, it doesn't matter. Hopefully, I have a stencil for this RAM. I've got the generic Switch stencil, so I'm hoping it's on there. No need to add loaded here. We should go straight wick. Zerd, welcome, buddy. How are you? Yeah, I thought so, Sigma. Thank you. Right. So for this IC, for example, I could use the small switch stencil and just go with paste because it's a small IC. And I think we'll be all right. If I can find said stencil that I have been using. Where did I put that then? Or maybe I wasn't using, I was just... Oh, there it is. It's right there. Cool. I was about to have a meltdown, but then I realised we're all right. Okay, let's go with... Perfect. Perfect. What's that? Guys, what is it? What? Tekken? Perfect. Perfect. Excuse me. Perfect. Perfect KO. Perfect. This might fail miserably, by the way. Macros, welcome. How are you? Yo! Bridger!
24.
Let's go, Bridger. Thank you very much, my guy. 24 months in a row. Absolutely insane support, mate. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, as always. Thank you. Thank you. I'll try and bend the stencil up. Here we go. Please.
Not quite 24, but still XD.
Yo, Dan, thank you very much for the tier 1 for 12 months. Appreciate you. Sorry, I was burning my finger there a little bit. Thank you. Much love. Quick reflow. Bang. Alrighty then. Now I will use the little mat. When I say little mat, it's not really that little. Ow, you absolute guys! I was about to. That, I'll be honest with you, was probably the closest that I've ever been to swearing on JDT. That was the closest I've ever been to swearing on JDT. Lord, glove above. I had to stop myself. Bridget, thank you very much for the 100
What are
bits.
you doing? Making RAM sticks?
No. We are reballing an APU and a sticker of RAM for a Nintendo Switch. Is what we're doing, my friend. Here and here. I've just finished the. You've joined it the best part. So I had a donor board that was showing 470 milliamp draw, and I think it was due to the board flexing, because I had this. Oh wait! Oh no! Wait. Is that who I think it is? 2 seconds, chat. Oh no!
Oh yeah.
I got my phone on airplane mode. 2 secs. 2 secs. 2 secs. Guys, I can't believe we got a hype train, and my cousin's here real quick to do some stuff with the electric. He's just going to see how many amps my room's drawing, and there isn't a better time to see now because I've got everything on. So give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. He's just going to check something and see how many amps we're drawing, okay? Let me put the music up a little bit. I won't be too long. I won't be too long, all right? 2 seconds, 2 seconds.
Good to see you, Chaz Chair. Hope life is treating you well? Have you been anywhere recently? Grin.
Sorry if you guys just had like a nice chill vibe radio on and I've just come on and said, hello, how are we today? Sorry, hello, yep. Right, wait. I just sat down and I have to stand up and walk away. What on earth is going on? Where did I get... Chat, where did I get up to? I need to make a move with this as well, because I need to edit... Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Right, I need to get a move on. Sorry, chat. So... Right, Techno, thank you very much for the £50. Charlie, you done a great job. 1% of that is yours, Chazza. Dan, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Captini as well. I appreciate that. I don't know if I was here for that. I have no idea. Bridger, I saw your 100 bits, so thank you, mate. Wow, Techno with a 50 quid. What on earth? Thank you. So I had my cousin round to just finalise some details about the electrics and whatnot. And do you know what's crazy, chat? How many amps do you think my room draws? And I had the soldering station on, the hot air station. I've got my lights on, my cameras, 2 of them, my ring light. I put my fume extractor on blast. He used the clamp meter. I've got my I've got this on. I've got my PC on. I've got my monitors on. How many amps do you reckon were being drawn? Three amps. 3.5 amps, chat. 3.5 amps. What? And I'm sat here worried about 40 amps. So, no, you say seems low, Tristan, but the thing is, yeah, 220. The thing is, what you have to consider, right, is that once everything's on, it like stabilizes. So like when I originally put my multimeter and the hot air station on, it jumped up to 6. So it literally jumped up and then came back down and settled it around about 3.5. How crazy is that? I'm over here worrying about it, you know? I have a CCTV camera that pulls 1.5 amps. What? That's why they say it's not good to turn things on and off. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, probably. Anyway. I was a bit mind blown, you know? I was like, what? Is it low voltage? Well, it's 220 volt, if that's what you're talking about. It's 220 volt. It's 220 volt in. So, and he measured, by the way, chat. Can I just say, that wasn't the upstairs. That was the whole house. That was the whole house. But all the lights and stuff were off everywhere else. But I've got some things on standby, like TVs and stuff on like basic standby. But that was the whole house. Soldering station was on, but was it actually producing heat as only stand? No, I took it out of the socket. I don't know if you saw on stream. I went like this. You probably didn't see, but I went like this. I turned my hot air gun on. I turned my soldering station on at 450 degrees Celsius, and it peaked at like 3.5. Crazy. I need to get a move on with this, guys. Izzy, welcome. That explains the 1.5 amp. What's that? Ah, if it's low voltage, yeah. I wonder how much this would have taken. Right, what am I going to put this to? 120 is max, right? I'll probably put it to about 100. Turn it this way. So I'm just going to use this to get the board hot. But yeah, crazy. Graham, welcome, buddy. Talk about CCTV camera run at 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 seems crazy, hey? I said add a bit of conformal coating, hey? I think we'll be alright, chat. I think we'll be alright. Izzy! What? Izzy, you're not allowed to give gifted subs. Thank you very much for the gifted sub to Joey's Goblin. I appreciate you. Thank you. But yeah, so all I'm waiting for now is I'm waiting for a person to get back to me about the roofing situation, to test the roof and see how that's going. Because if I need to... If I need to look at getting someone out for the roof and getting that replaced, that's probably going to be quite a big cost. But my cousin's told me how much it's looking to be for the... He reckons about $1,000 for supplies and material, and that's using the goo goop that he said, or whatever it's called, man. I keep forgetting what he keeps telling me it's called something. I keep forgetting it's called goo goop or something. Goo, whatever it is. He said he'll work it out with what the cost is going to be without it. But it's like what offices uses. It's like what offices use. But he's going to check. I might not get it, to be fair. I might not get it. I'll see. Maybe don't even need it. He says it's like called goo goop or something. And I might look at doing, like, getting a security firm out to deal with the whole situation for security, rather than do everything individually and just do that in like one hit. I can't remember what he said it was called. Goo goop. It's definitely not the word. Macro! Tier 3? Wait, macros, what? Is that the first time you've subscribed with Tier 3? Is that the first time you subscribed with Tier 3? What? Thank you so much. That's very kind of you, my friend. Tier 3 is no joke. It's like £25 a month. Thank you so much. What? You definitely didn't have to do that, my guy. Thank you. It's very kind. I put a little bit of flux here. Let's get this on. Let's get it on. Because I need to edit this as well. So I need to be really quick. Might have to do some editing tonight. Hello. Ringroll Carl coming in with a prime for 9 months. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Well, I'm not... Because you're not allowed to, is he? Let me get this in position. That feels right. How's that look? Chat, that looks lovely jubbly. Maybe a little bit skew with right there. That's it right there, right? That's it right there. That's it. Okay. We're going to go 430 degrees Celsius. 50% airflow right here. Let's put this on. You see that shift into place, chat? That's all good. You see that? I don't know if you guys saw. That was lovely. All right, and we just move this over very slowly and carefully. And I'll do this. Little bit, not too much. Here we go. Sorry. Music's a bit loud as well, isn't it? There we go. Yo, Drago, welcome. How are you? Where's pin 1? Gotta line this bad boy up now. Oh my gosh! I mean, that was very close to being perfect, by the way. How I dropped that on. Never had that. Ow, 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 ow. I've actually had to move it off because it was too hot. Oh, I'm going to have to get another APU and try and line this up. I think that's it, chat. Here we go. Ready? Let's go. You guys see it move? Turn that bad boy off. Did you guys see that? Oh, where did I put my phone? Uh-oh. Okay, so I just want to kind of reconfirm exactly what it is I've done. I've taken a Nintendo Switch APU from a faulty board that I believed had a faulty board itself rather than the APU being at fault. However, I could be entirely, completely wrong. I also found out that this board had a faulty RAM IC. So I've also swapped out the RAM IC. And what I need to find out now is if I get 470 milliamp draw straight away. If I do, we still have an issue with this board. If not, we're going to be good to go. Let me just quickly check and see if I've got a short on this capacitor, which I didn't check when I put the RAM back on. I should have maybe checked that before I put the APU on as well. But I like to sometimes do things moronically, and this is definitely one of those things. So let me check. If I have a short on this cap here, it's game over. Let's just put it that way. And all of this would have been a waste of time. I say a waste of time. It was nice to get some practice in. Let's see. If I get a beep on my multimeter, it's all been for nothing. 3, 2, 1. Okay. This is good. This is really good. Because this was also going above 1,000 ohms before. So we've put on this bit of RAM, and this is now stabilized at around about 480. It's going up ever so slightly. That's really nice. We've put the APU on. We do not have a short on this cap, which means that the APU is okay, supposedly, quote unquote, unless it's got like some internal damage. And this RAM stick we have replaced successfully. I do have a couple of other things that need to be replaced on this board if we go ahead and decide that it's going to work. For example, P13 USB. I've got the fuel gauge missing down here as well. Yo! Nick, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. I appreciate you in your face. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'll have to go ahead and make those adjustments. As well as there's a little clasp on the fan connector here, which has come off. So I need to replace this FBC as well. So the board still needs a little bit of work done to it, but we can get majority. Well, I know whether I'm going to move forward with this board or not in about 3 seconds after I've tested if it goes straight to 470 or not. Here we go. Oh, no, my USB-C. Where's my USB-C cable? No. No. Right, I lost my USB-C cable the other day because I charged my Lightning. So, and I don't know where the cable has gone. My USB-C to USB-C. I need it now. Otherwise, I can't see what I'm drawing. This is extremely important. This is extremely important. And I couldn't find it the other day. And now I absolutely need it. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. Of course, because I also need to edit this into a video before tomorrow. Believe it or not, it's Saturday tomorrow, isn't it? And I don't have a video for Saturday. So this is literally imperative. This is everything right now. And I just need a little bit of assistance from Tidy Joey. Well, not even Tidy Joey, just Open Your Eyes Joey. I just need a little bit of assistance from Open Your Eyes Joey right now. That's A to Lightning. Just a little bit of assistance, man. Because it wouldn't have gone far. It's what I keep telling myself. It wouldn't have gone far purely because of the fact I swap them here all the time. I don't swap them anywhere else. I don't use that USB-C cable anywhere else. I use it there and there alone. Wait a minute. I see a USB-C cable. What are you? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, this one. Chat, hold. Can we use this cable? Because this has USB-A to USB-C adapter. I wonder if the other side of this is USB-C. It is. I have a C to C. That's fine. I just needed a C to C. That's it. Right. I can use this now. And I'll have to find the other one at some point. I just needed a C to C and I've got a C to C. So I will take that for now. First test. It's not going to work, is it? Come on.
Yo,
Joey
JJ.
does tool search.
Thank you very much for the 25 months in a row. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. That's a different username to what I'm used to as well, so I don't actually know who that is. But thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, here we go. Right. First things first, I'm actually going to test and see. Oh wait, I don't have the fuel gauge on. If I don't have the fuel gauge on this, I wonder if anything is going to actually even work. P13 doesn't matter, but fuel gauge won't necessarily give us correct battery percentage. So I'm just plugging this in to see what happens. Oh wait. Port on this board is dodgy. The port needs changing. Is the first thing I'll say. Oh, it only works one way. So it's got to be M92. Oh, man. Yeah, because if I push up, look, if I push up, it works. I don't know if that's going to be an okay read or not. Wait there. $480. But it's gone straight to 480. Now I'm at 15, 0 amp draw.
JJ21 is me. Not sure why my
Oh,
screen name
there we
changed
go.
on
There we go.
YT.
James, thank you. I appreciate that. Prime for 17 months. Crazy work. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So the port's dodgy, which needs to be changed, as well as the fact that the fuel gauge isn't currently on the board, which is a bit strange to me that I get 480 milliamp draw with the fuel gauge not being present. That is a little bit kind of alarm bells, because I thought that it wouldn't work at all, but lo and behold, maybe it is okay, and it's just going to be a bad read on the actual battery. But I need to put a fuel gauge on, and P13 USB needs to be put on, as well as I need to sort this connector. But in terms of just getting the switch working, port change, in terms of getting the switch working, port change and fuel gauge. Once I do those two things, we can then test this board and see if it actually works. But at the moment, we get 470 milliamp draw straight away, which is the same fault as what it had previously. So it's not great. I don't believe the APU is shorted, because what I expect to see on a shorted APU is roughly about 80 milliamps. And I'm not getting that. So that's really, really good. But I do need to put the fuel gauge on and change the port to just get a bit more of a consistent read. If I do that and I still get 470 milliamps or 480, then unfortunately it's probably going to be bad APU. But I'm actually happy that I managed to replace this bit of RAM, because what I should have done is kept this APU on and removed this bit of RAM first, because maybe I could have got this board working if I removed and replaced the RAM correctly. Because I think the solder jobs that I've done have been absolutely fine. And it proves by going up to 15 volts at 480 milliamps, that proves that. But, I mean, we could still have a faulty APU. So I'll need to do that next time. Chat, listen, unfortunately, I can't stay because, like I said, I do need to get a video out for tomorrow. And it's now not going to be this either, because I need to work on this more and I don't have the time, physically do not have the time. So what I'm going to have to do is split the episodes and have like a part 1 tomorrow, part 2 on Wednesday. And the part 1 is going to be quite short because I banked on this being quite a bit of it. So, yeah. If this hasn't made sense, then watch the video, because it will make sense. I hope anyway. That's my job, is to make sure that the story makes sense. Otherwise, people aren't going to watch the channel. Guys, I'm going to shoot off because I've got some editing to do before I finish. Much love. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the support today. Techno, you crazy person, coming in with a 50 quid when I wasn't even at my desk. And then we had some insane support as well. So thank you guys so much for the gifted subs, the primes, the bits, the memberships on YouTube, everything. It's not Art Creators, unfortunately, not today, no, because I need to do some work right now. before I can call it a day, and I need to get this video rendered, uploaded, ready for tomorrow to go live. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, hit the thumbs up button, guys. Follow me on Twitch, on the road to 25,000 followers, which is absolutely insane. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next one. The next stream will probably be on Sunday if I'm feeling okay. Like I said, the reason I didn't stream yesterday is because I had a bit of a head cold and I didn't feel too great. So I took a little bit of time to myself and got some like admin-y stuff done. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Regardless, today's been a nice successful stream in the sense that actually we managed to get some nice content and practice. That's really important. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. And I shall see you in the next one, probably Sunday, all right? Peace, chat. Thank you. Bye-bye.